All right, welcome back to the podcast. And eerily beloved, we are gathered here today with
Garrett.
Mom, channeling Ramtha.
Yeah, if you're just now tuning in, go back.
Ramthas?
If
If you
you
got number 2?
You might be amazed.
Okay,
I
well,
want Ramtha number 3.
if you have no idea what we're talking about and you don't know who Ramtha is, go back to episode 26, where in part 1 we talked about the origins of Ramtha and Jay-Z Night and all of that kind of up until the mid-90s. And this week we're going to be covering more of her activity throughout the 2000s to present and the controversies that naturally someone that would consider themselves a channeler ends up getting into.
Crazy.
So, yeah, this is your first episode. Hi, welcome. Stop listening now and go back and listen to the first part. Okay, so just for a recap, in part 1, we covered the basic teachings and origins of Ramtha, the Ramtha School of Enlightenment, Jay-Z Knight's positions as one of the main New Age channelers, and as bizarre as that all sounded, how devoted his followers or students were. And where we ended on the last episode was where Jeffrey Knight, Jay-Z's legal third husband, and her had a very public divorce trial, and then shortly after he died from AIDS-related illnesses after he took Ramtha's advice not to seek treatment.
Yep.
And Ramtha didn't show up at the trial.
And Ramtha did not show up at the trial.
Camera shy.
Right. Court shy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this episode, Jay-Z Knight is not very court shy. The manipulation of her ex-husband that was revealed in the trial should have been a massive, unmistakable red flag to the students of Ramtha that the person hosting this 35,000-year-old entity did not have or never had the best intentions.
Duh.
Many former students, after her true character was revealed to outsiders in the trial, came forward to speak about their experiences. Like many cults, New Age religious groups, or whatever you want to call them, the longer you stay in, the harder it is to leave. Robert Mena started collecting information about Ramtha after his teenage daughter Alex ran away to Yelm to join the group in 1992. These are not stupid people, says Mena, who has since become a public advocate for former members of the Ramtha School of Enlightenment and a public critic of Jay-Z Knight. He said they're open-minded, idealistic. They want to change the world, but the longer you're in, the harder it is to get out, like we said before. While he was doing research on Ramtha and the RSC, he found the students of Ramtha, which are called masters, follow Ramtha's every pronouncement regardless of how strange and bizarre. This is similar to when we covered Cheryl Ruthven and the Doomsday Cat cult, her forcing her followers to take on a dozen cats. No questions asked. Robert Mena says, in the 80s, when his teachings were filled with tales of UFOs and alien abduction, Ramtha declared the copper could ward off extraterrestrial attacks. Masters lined their ceilings with copper strips and copper pennies. Ramtha warned of apocalyptic battles or catastrophic floods. Masters built underground shelters by the score. Ramtha said drinking seawater would boost psychic powers. Masters actually flew to the Dead Sea to scoop up buckets of brine. So we saw examples of this in part 1, where after Ramtha had foreseen the world ending due to natural disasters, he encouraged people to move to the Pacific Northwest, Washington, where it would be the quote-unquote safest, and encouraged them to live off the land. If we look at it from the same lens as the Cheryl Ruthven situation, all these orders appear to be tests of the master's loyalty. Like, how much are these people willing to do without question if Ramtha tells them to?
I'm trying to figure out, okay, so they flew to the Dead Sea, collected all this water. How'd they get it back?
I have no idea.
Well, and how does a 35,000-year-old something know to line your ceilings with copper? It just all does not make sense.
None of it makes sense. David McCarthy was a student at the RSC from 1989 to 1996 and has become one of the most outspoken against Jay-Z Knight's teaching since leaving. He coordinated many meetings with other former members, which then evolved into Enlighten Me Free, a website where others can post about their experiences at RSC, and became an entire community. While Ramtha and the publicized versions of his ancient wisdom preach about the power of looking in, etc., David McCarthy claims that more esoteric teachings were reserved for the inner circle, the most loyal and dedicated of Ramtha's students. According to him, this included prophecies about Jehovah returning to Earth in a spaceship with a reptilian alien army.
Okay.
He said, at one point, I was running around scared I was going to get eaten by the lizard people.
Like that show, That's what they were, lizard people.
When McCarthy came forward about his experiences, spokesman for the RSC, George Simmons, and Jay-Z Knight herself, of course, denied any teachings of lizard people and said that when people like him find out that Ramtha isn't a cure-all to fix their lives, they become disgruntled. For the Religion News blog, McCarthy said, Jay-Z's intimidation is a factor in anyone going public criticizing RSC. Is this not a clue that you are dealing with a cult?
Okay, but if she is unconscious when Ramtha takes over and gives any of these teachings or words, then how does she actually even know what's being taught?
Well, all the I don't know if it's all, but most of the teachings are recorded. So I guess in her free time, maybe she just watches them back.
I mean, that's just okay. More nuts. We're just adding to the nut. We're adding to our nut pile.
He claimed that the school warned that if he didn't continue to practice the techniques and beliefs, he and his family would not be protected from pending natural catastrophes and destruction.
Jeez.
In regards to the RSC being a cult, Jay-Z Knight adamantly denies any allegations. In her mind, students did not live at the school full-time, and they were free to come and go as they pleased.
Mm-hmm.
So
free to come and go.
Right.
Says
That's
every
fine.
cult leader.
Free to come and go, but if you leave, your whole family's going to die.
Not only whole family, if it's a natural disaster, you got like the weight of thousands of people on your shoulders.
Since the mid-90s at RSC, it was incredibly common to have hours-long wine ceremonies, especially during retreats and other events, during which every time Ramtha drinks, you drink.
Oh, I'm down.
According to
See, I can get behind
Ramtha,
this.
wine grapes were brought to Earth by extraterrestrials 450,000 years ago.
Yep.
Oh, geez. Okay, so
Yeah.
Yep.
Even those as young as 13 were allowed to participate in these ceremonies with the consent of their parents.
Oh, yeah.
so we're just getting everybody drunk.
Yep. Testimonies from the Enlightenment Free Forum created by McCarthy detail how these Bacchanalian events cultivated an environment that led to many getting taken advantage of.
Well, of course. I mean, that.
Someone on this forum said, this debauchery is bizarre in the extreme and places all of Ramtha's teaching in question. The fact that these wine ceremonies are very frequent and secret, and then in parentheses, sacred, is the absolute truth.
Sounds like somebody didn't get an invite.
Someone else said there was a bonfire set up outside and toast with red wine went on for a few hours. After it was all over, people got ill and started throwing up all over the place. They were endeavoring to stumble back to the arena. Later, the arena was filled with the stench of vomit.
Bunch of haters, bro. They just can't hang. No reason to like write a negative review.
Someone else said the students were so drunk from wine ceremonies that there were actually pedophile instances, drunken men who were caught attempting or actually molesting children.
Whoa.
It is unlikely that students or staff ever called the police. Students are very secretive about the teachings, and they have signed the gag order, an NDA, that they must not divulge what occurs at the events because it is sacred.
Okay, that's totally unacceptable.
Can we go back and cut my earlier enthusiasm?
I was going to say, hey, you might want to pump the brakes on your...
Hey, so free wine sounded kind of nice, but maybe 21 plus.
And how about not so much drinking?
Yeah, let's just have it once, and then...
Whoa, no need to shame. That sounds kind of sick.
This also comes up later, so... The fear of what would happen if people spoke out or brought these issues to law enforcement was so great that people were willing to just shut up and drink the proverbial Kool-Aid. But remember, this isn't a cult.
Again, that's a cult.
Since Jay-Z wasn't actually forcing them, and they were doing it willingly with the opportunity to come and go as they wish. In addition to her denials of the 34-letter C word, she claims that scientists, researchers, and other professionals agreed with her and didn't think it was a cult either.
Well, it's because of their crazy workings.
In the past, Jay-Z Knight was very guarded towards media. Other than people knowing about her Ramtha sessions and the testimonials that followed, she was very secretive and selective about what she shared with the press. In 1995, under the advice of a Beverly Hills publicist, the same one that Michael Jackson had, and the same one that Linda Evans had, who was also a friend of Jay-Z's and a student at the RSC, Jay-Z decided to let the public behind the curtain a bit more. After her divorce trial and former followers speaking out against her teachings, she needed to get back in the good graces of the general public if she wanted the future of RSC and Ramtha to continue.
I mean, what happens if everyone just stopped listening? Just ignore it. Would Ramtha go away?
I mean, who's going to give up free wine?
True.
Regardless of whatever.
And it was kind of like a pyramid scheme type thing.
You bring a friend. Who brings a friend?
Kind of, but in this, like, maybe not pyramid scheme is that's not the right term for it. But there was a hierarchy.
Ascension.
Obviously, yeah. So if you went to so many groups and you could advance into like the next level, and then you saw everybody up here and you wanted to be like
levels,
them. Yeah, right.
Like popular kids.
Right.
It wasn't like Jonestown though. These people weren't like signing away their finances.
I mean, they were spending money to hear Ramtha talk.
They were, but like they owned their houses.
After they moved there, after they were separating their family from their families, and
yeah, not a great look.
No.
Free wine though.
Okay, so let's talk about the science behind
So
this.
in February of 1997, Jay-Z invited 14 researchers and scientists to come to the ranch in Yelm to see the work of Ramtha for themselves. One of the surveys conducted of about 540 students that attended that night found that 80% of the attendees were well-educated, middle-aged women who left lucrative careers in search of spiritual fulfillment, which is kind of interesting.
And that's just kind of a period statement because that's all it is.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to be something that they see it looks
So this
nice.
is like people's midlife crisis.
Yeah, but they want to like, right? Oh, I want to be like that. It's like, the fancy, wear fancy clothes, drive fancy cars, you look good.
Quit your job and drink wine and not work.
No, I'm just saying that's not the life they're showing.
They were clearly searching for something else, and they thought that Ramtha would be the solution to all their problems.
Give me a break.
Ramtha, what are the next lottery numbers?
You choose.
If you will it, it'll happen.
Invest in Apple, you must.
Right. Stanley Krippner, a parapsychologist from the Stony Brook Institute with neuropsychologist Ian Wickram, measured the physiological changes that occurred while Jay-Z was channeling. They found that while channeling Ramtha, her muscle tension, pulse, and galvanic skin response increased while skin temperature and blood volume decreased. This resulted in an 8-measure pattern that the researchers argued she could not have consciously produced or faked.
But are these guys whack jobs?
Yeah, these goofballs.
I mean,
Stanley Krippner told her, "I don't know who you are, Jay-Z, but I do know you are not a fraud."
Oh, well, BS.
He's just blowing smoke.
How much did he get paid?
Right.
Oh, he's getting paid.
For many researchers, however, studies and surveys produced more questions than they did answers. One of these was Robert Moore, who conducted 15 hours of interviews with Knight, a professor of Jungian psychology at the University of Chicago Theological School. He wondered if Ramtha was a benign close encounter with the collective unconscious, and if Ramtha's spiritual influence was benevolent or malevolent. He said, "There is no better principle of discernment here than the biblical assertion, 'You shall know them by their fruits.'" He was not convinced.
He was not convinced.
At all. Obviously, Jay-Z was more inclined to invite researchers back who believed she was a real deal, instead of those who outwardly questioned her motives.
Of course.
The one she would pay.
Mm-hmm. In January of 1998, the Journal of the American Society for Physical Research published a study called The Ramtha Phenomenon, Physiological, Phenomenological, and Geomagnetic Data on the Alleged Teachings of Ramtha in Regards to the Study of Parapsychology and the Capabilities of Human Consciousness. In the study, researchers Stanley Krippner, from the same guy from before, Ian and Judy Wickram, so his wife, and C.W. Winstead II, examined 7 longtime students of Ramtha who had undergone various consciousness training classes and Jay-Z Knight herself. So longtime students had been students for 5 or more years.
Okay.
That's what they classified as long time. In the students, it was found that all participants had a psychological profile that included dissociative tendencies, which are traits that people prone to unusual and altered state experiences have.
Also the ones prone to cults.
And also psychopaths.
What are we doing here? Do they have a control group for this?
In this study, it was like suggested that these people not get out more, but it was kind of like they need to have a better balance in life and not just dedicate all their time to this thing, because it's not good for your mental health if you're...
Okay, and this was a published study.
Yep. Additionally, the study found that geomagnetic data is consistent with the line of parapsychological research that has examined possible correlations between geomagnetic activity and anomalous experiences. So there's actual data showing that there's geomagnetic disturbances when Ramtha is channeled by Jay-Z Knight, and again when his presence departs. Whether the disturbance is him coming and going, or if he can come and go because of the activity, was not able to be determined in the study.
Dude.
It should be noted that the study appeared in a parapsychology journal, not a mainstream or medical journal that is considered legitimate.
Okay, so I just feel like that's not even... Should we read that? I feel like we need to go read that.
I read it. I mean,
because it feels bunky to me.
it might be. But the fact that there's like geomagnetic evidence that something is happening in the exact moment. I saw there was a chart of this, or the graph.
I mean, I just don't... You put a paper triangle on your head and you get a geomagnetic disturbance that's then with you for the rest of your life. Something does not adding up.
Do you think they're standing around like a control room? They're like scanning for stuff. Ramtha gets pulled over for a DUI and bing, 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 bing. Whole dashboard just lights up.
Yeah, it doesn't...
Ramtha's taken over.
Oh yeah, Ramtha was driving.
Of those not invited to the public displays of Ramtha was Joe Crutcher, an editor of Common Ground, a Seattle publication that was critical of the rise in New Age groups, including Ramtha, the RC, and Jay Z herself after he attended a seminar in 1995. His experience left him unconvinced of her legitimacy as a channeler. For the News and Observers, he's quoted as saying, "What really does it for me is that she's copyrighted Ramtha. No one else is legally able to do so. To me, that says it's fiction. Ramtha is not the spiritual thing pouring into her, but something she turns on and off at will. She owns a part of who she believes is God in some sense, and to me, that's a major problem."
I mean, because she didn't create it, so how do you own it when it's just part of you?
Well, and you can't own it. If you're claiming that you did not create this, then you can't own it.
So this guy thinks it's like her second personality.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I can see it.
She's just crazy.
Makes sense to me, yeah. Well,
Or
just like all of her followers.
Or a split personality. And she like genuinely believes that Ramtha is real. I don't know. I want to know.
But you don't remember anything? I mean, that's just so weird.
Right.
It's weird that she managed to find so many people that were inclined to be psychopaths. And they just happen to be...
Okay, because we're only to the
followers.
2000s right now. We got 20
No,
more years.
we're in the 1990s, the late
scared.
90s.
Oh, God.
I know. A few months later, in June of 1997, an Austrian Supreme Court ruled that Jay Z Knight is the only one who's allowed to channel Ramtha.
Austrian?
Oh, because...
In a years-long international legal battle, Jay Z Knight sued an Austrian woman named Julia Ravel for claiming that she too was able to channel Ramtha.
Our rival has appeared. Ramtha's cheating on her.
Exactly. Awesome.
She claimed that in 1992, Ramtha appeared to her in her crystal shop in Berlin, Germany. According to an article in the Seattle Times, she said Knight had gotten hung up during channeling and had become unusable as a medium for Ramtha. And that's what she says he told her, which is why he appeared to her.
He needed another vessel.
Yeah.
Okay, but
New
the court
host
said,
unlocked.
sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, she's got the copyright.
The issue was brought to the Austrian courts because when she brought her followers, which are calling themselves the Light Oasis, to a castle in the village of Vernadrel. In my notes, I said I would love to be a fly on the wall in that courtroom. In the same Seattle Times article of the ruling, Jay-Z said, "I didn't want the German-speaking people of Europe to be misled by someone who, under the name of Ramtha, was distorting his teachings, and in some cases teaching things that were directly opposite of his teachings. It is up to me to keep the teachings pure and uncorrupted as I take my job quite seriously, as you see."
Oh, for
Her
God's
job.
sake. Okay, but wait. I'm wondering now. When Ramtha talks, does she like speak German to Germans?
That's not, I'm wondering if Ramtha has a different name.
Yeah, can we...
No, because she claimed it was Ramtha, which is why this whole suit happened.
Yeah.
So...
But
Going
Ramtha only
against-
speaks English?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she just said I didn't want the German-speaking people of Europe to be misled by someone.
Maybe something we get lost in translation. Like for some reason, no, you're not allowed to kill people.
I mean, you got to understand, 35,000-year-old being who now can only speak English.
Right.
Okay.
Language of business, come on.
Language of business is crazy.
And we haven't put her to bed yet.
No. Nope. Ramtha and Jay-Z Knight made headlines again in 2004 when the indie pseudoscience film/documentary What the Bleep Do I Know was released. Dubbed as the worst quantum movie ever made, The movie followed Marlee Matlin as the lead Amanda, a photographer on a quest to rediscover herself and her spirituality. Initially, the film was released in Yale, Washington, of course, and the Baghdad Theater in Portland, Oregon, where it became a huge success before being released nationwide, grossing $9.6 million, which I guess, like, isn't great, all things considered, but, like, for an indie movie. The movie was filmed and funded by co-director William Arndt, along with Betsy Chase and Mark Vincent, all who were students of the RSC.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that directed and funded this movie.
Okay.
While this film appeared to be a spiritual exploration, what viewers didn't know is that they were being fed pro-Ramtha propaganda under the guise of it being a science documentary, featuring Jay-Z Knight herself.
Cameo? Like,
Wait, so
it
they
was
filmed it as a science documentary?
Yeah, so people showed up as like talking heads. So it'd be like you, and then it'd be like psychology professor at blah blah blah, and he'd be saying like, oh yes, quantum theory, blah blah, like he would.
But that wasn't why it was being filmed.
No. And even people that actual scientists and psychologists that they did interview, they ended up twisting their words and like splicing it up so it said what they wanted them to say instead of what they actually said. Phil Villarreal for Scripps Howard said the film was bloated into a shameless infomercial for Ramtha, who offers her boring philosophy in a droning monotone.
Yeah, her voice really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my voice isn't great by all accounts, but
No, but this voice is like
her voice.
I was expecting more British.
Yeah, what base or Yoda, right?
It's like sometimes British, sometimes not. Sometimes she talks like Yoda, sometimes she like whatever.
Yeah, when I watched those videos last week, I was disappointed.
Me too.
In the quality of the voice. I thought
it's not even
you
good.
could do better.
Yeah.
You could do better. That's no voice made for radio.
Especially with like 40 years of experience, like we should be.
Well, you got to keep it consistent. So.
We should be up to speed.
Right. Although not all press is good press, Jay-Z Knight and her school found itself on the big screen in front of millions of followers. Following this unlikely catapult into mainstream media, the RSC found themselves a Kennedy to continue to stay relevant. In March of 2005, Jay-Z Knight was in the middle of yet another controversy when RFK Jr. came to speak at a primary retreat for current students, costing $1,000 and an additional $30 to hear RFK talk about quote-unquote crimes against nature. A 2-hour-long critique against the Bush administration.
Dude, RFK Jr.
Wait. He's a follower of Ramtha?
He's not a follower, but...
He just got paid.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't think I could.
It seemed he wasn't...
Add that to the bad resume.
Right. It seemed that he wasn't unaware of the allegations against the RSC or Jay-Z Knight. He started the evening off by saying, "Someone who doesn't like you very much told me I was speaking at a cult." In an article for Cult News, it's revealed that at his lecture, RFK talked trash about George W. Bush by comparing him to Hitler and claimed that his governance borders on fascism.
What?
A critic of the visit said, well, at least President Bush was elected, unlike Miss Knight, who seems to have more in common with the fascist regime than the White House.
Which is true.
Yep. So, crazy stuff all around. In 2012, a video of Jay-Z Knight as Ramtha went viral on YouTube. Multiple bottles of wine were consumed by many over the 16 hours that the specific wine ceremony went on for during a 4-day retreat.
Jeez, there's your wine ceremony, Garrett.
Yeah.
16 hours.
Yeah. Dude,
Videos?
Fake drink if like it's that deep.
Videos of Ramtha during a drunken tirade reveal vile rhetoric against Mexicans, Catholics, Jews, and other marginalized groups.
See, Ramtha can get drunk. Ramtha can get a DUI.
Yeah,
She can take the heat.
He/she.
Oh, which yeah,
He, no, he, she. I can't talk. I cannot talk. F God's chosen people. I think they've earned enough cash to have paid their way out of the goddamn gas chambers by now. She declared Mexicans breed like rabbits and are a poison, that all gay men were once Catholic priests, and that organic farmers have questionable hygiene. During this video clip, not one person in the congregation speaks out against these statements, and said laughter is interspersed between the sentences.
What?
So is this the ancient wisdom that made Jay-Z Knight a multimillionaire?
Okay, but while she was channeling Ramtha.
Correct.
See, this is
Correct.
that's just totally BS. And people are still listening. That was in 2012. Like, wake up, people.
Yep. The public was appalled, and while other minor controversies kept the rural ranch from being anything other than an eye roll due to their odd beliefs, members of the community were seriously side-eyeing the establishment of RSC because of the very casual way Jay-Z Knight, as Ramtha, had delivered her message. It definitely did not seem like it was the first time she was saying anything like that, and woke people up to there being a potential sinister side to Jay-Z Knight and the RSC.
Well, there is a sinister side. It's supposed to be for the wholesome goodness to help people.
Right.
And
So
then,
up until this point, that's what they believed, that it was just this like hippie guru compound that believed everyone has potential.
except for one question, if murder makes you happy, right?
Right.
You could murder, but even though it's supposed to be for the wholesome goodness.
Yep. In response to the videos, Jay-Z claimed they were edited and taken out of context.
AI.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
AI videos.
This says, Knight maintains that the offending videos were heavily edited. We have a very sophisticated videography streaming department. We know what edited looks like.
Wait. Taken out of context.
Yep.
In what context?
videos-
If you said it at all, you said it, period.
Right. I would like to know what the context is then.
There's no
if you're saying it's
context.
out of context. No, I know.
Maybe it's like other people would say, but not me, that...
Right.
Then don't say it.
Someone else said, yeah.
Ramtha says, not me. Ramtha says that.
But remember, she's unconscious when this is happening. So this is what's not making sense at all.
Even better, so it wasn't her.
The videos uploaded to YouTube and Instagram were posted by former student Virginia Cloverdale, who Jay-Z swiftly took legal action against. An article from the Southern Poverty Law Center says Jay-Z would never go through a multi-million-dollar lawsuit if there were any truth to the clips.
Yeah, she would.
Her litigiousness, she explains, stems from trying to protect her business and company secrets.
Yeah, she's got to protect the copyright.
Mm-hmm. We are a revered school around the world. I was part of the president's re-election committee. We are proactive in education, and this is not who we are.
Wait, what president?
Obama.
Are you serious?
Yes. She goes on to say, those tapes were illegal from the get-go, and that they were distributed, edited, and chopped to make us look like bigots and hateful people when nothing could be further from the truth. She goes on to say, I will not let other people rewrite our history.
To RFK Jr. and Obama?
Yep. So the videos were posted right before the 2012 November 6th election, which created a political firestorm. When super right-leaning media got a hold of the videos and started splicing them up further and then distributing them, the Washington State Republican Party called for any funds the Democratic candidates had received from Jay-Z Knight or the RSC be returned.
What? Give her her money back?
Mm-hmm. So this is also the first year Knight had publicly made donations to the Democratic Party, and candidates in turn, instead of returning the money, donated $70,000 to any of the two organizations that were on the receiving end of
her hate.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So she was a known Democratic
supporter.
So then the RFK stuff.
Yeah.
It's a little bit strange, but...
Well, I'm confused. Like, Washington is a very blue state. What would her $70K have to do with... Like, that doesn't have any sway.
No.
I mean, it was just like local... For the local election. Like, it wasn't... So later that month, a judge ruled in favor of Jay-Z, citing breach of contract that Virginia had signed when she was still a member of RSC, and even though she no longer was, she still violated the terms outlined in the agreement, which included prohibitions against disseminating information from the school.
Oh, wow. Not a cult, though.
Not a cult.
Because of this, the court ordered that any video shared needed to be removed, and any other videos she was in possession of couldn't be uploaded either while the investigation was ongoing.
Wow.
Well, all she need to do is go to California because they have all the, loose regulations. So go there and then do that because
according to the RSC attorney Jeremy Grant, he claimed that Virginia had 20 to 30 hours of additional videos that could have damaged the school's reputation further had the ruling not gone their way.
Let's see the video.
Right. In 2013, a judge again ruled in favor of Jay-Z and ordered Virginia Cloverdale to pay $600,000 in court costs and Jay-Z's attorney fees.
Oh my goodness, how much is she paying these judges?
Well, that's where her money's going.
After the ruling, Michael Wright, the legal liaison officer for Jay-Z Night, sent an email to former students, including members of Enlightenment Free, the former students forum, announcing the litigation results with Virginia.
So they would all stop. So basically as a scare tactic.
While Virginia appealed this ruling, and what was revealed in the videos is incredibly disturbing, legally she did violate the terms of her contract, and consequently her appeal was dismissed due to lack of merit.
Wow. I mean, that contract she signed must have been real good.
A prolonged legal battle of further countersuits and appeals claiming emotional distress, etc. were filed, but everything was dropped in January 2016, with Virginia citing lack of funds to continue fighting against Jay-Z.
I bet. Yeah, she probably ran out of money.
After
She
filing,
had to pay $600K.
Yeah. After filing for bankruptcy, Jay-Z tried to have the amount be ruled as non-dischargeable, arguing that her lawsuit was malicious.
All
Right.
right. I mean, abusing the system, but all right.
Right. But the bankruptcy court sided with Virginia, and in 2017, the court actually found more improper motive on Jay-Z's side, including attempting to enlist Virginia's brother via bribe to publicly discredit her, and other attempts to intimidate former followers from speaking out against her, such as the email sent by Michael Wright.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not an outright intimidation.
Bullying.
Well,
Threatening.
additionally, they found Virginia had no intent to harm, and the judge ruled in her favor.
Yeah, I mean, all she was doing was trying to share the truth.
Yep.
I mean, this is the whole the truth hurts.
Yeah, the truth hurts your wallet. Interestingly enough, in 2014, not long after the initial appeal in the NDA case was denied, Virginia showed up in the press again. Back in 2012, Dr. Brian Kay sent a letter to the Thurston County Health Department after being so concerned about what was going on behind the closed doors of the Yelm compound. He asked that they go check on the health and safety of followers there. According to his letter, Dr. Kay stated a number of followers of Ramtha were his patients as well, and many of them were getting severely sick or even dying from drinking lye.
What?
According to Virginia, who backed up these allegations after the letter became public in 2014, she said members were encouraged to drink a concoction of Dead Sea water mixed with red devil lye to enlighten themselves. She alleged that this has been going on for years, and increments of the concoction increasing, with people even drinking it multiple times per day or chugging it if that's what Ramtha demanded.
Okay, wait. Okay, so we're getting like malicious territory then.
So now
This is like manslaughter.
we're harming ourselves and other people.
Well. This is Ramtha doing the manslaughtering.
Additionally, in his letter, he claimed that the antidepressant Prozac was being distributed among followers without prescribed use, and the illnesses those suffered after participating in wine ceremonies, where people were drinking 5 to 7 bottles of wine at a time, were dismissed as spiritual purges.
Yeah, all right.
Despite all of this becoming public knowledge, no formal investigation or intervention by the health authorities at the ranch was done.
So she was paying them too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so basically alcohol poisoning, chemical poisoning from the lye.
Mm-hmm. Spokesperson for Jay-Z denied any allegations, of course, and threatened to file a complaint with the Washington State Medical Board, saying that this constituted a HIPAA violation.
What?
Does it? Hey.
Okay, but he's not...
Chime in.
He's not saying that...
He's not saying like
Madeline
this
Edwards...
person, full name, date of birth, whatever, is sick from lye.
And honestly, as a practicing physician, he took an oath.
Yeah, you have a duty.
He has a duty.
Right.
So, I mean, that's not a HIPAA violation. He has a duty, and he's asking someone to go check on the health and well-being of followers.
Yep.
Plural.
Well, let's see what happens.
Because of the timing of when this letter was written and released, it more or less got lost within the media. Firestorms surrounding the back and forth between Virginia and Jay-Z, especially because she was the one who released the letter after filing a FOIA request. Operations at the compound proceeded as normal, lye drinking and all.
Yeah.
That's just so disgusting.
Yep.
And now we're well into the age where we know better.
I even tried to find the letter and I couldn't. I thought it would have been made public by now, but nope. So I guess he wrote a letter to the health department, and then the police had it, because they quote-unquote did start an investigation.
But it was during all this firestorm, so they...
Yes. So then she filed a Freedom of Information Act, which is how she got a hold of the letter.
And that's 2016.
Mm-hmm. Despite her past donations to the Democratic Party, leading up to the presidential election in 2016, 35,000-year-old Ramtha, who's now up to date on modern politics, chose a different party than his host and publicly endorsed Trump.
All right. Reason number 2000. All right.
A video posted on December 8th, 2016, showed an excerpt of a prophetic vision from Ramtha.
Oh, for God.
He said, "The greatest misjudgment of character came when you thought a woman should win this race."
You know.
He went on to say, "This man is a trumping deceit." First of all, it doesn't make sense. He doesn't smoke, he doesn't do drugs, he does business. And the first time he looks out the window, when he sees 2 silver discs as escorts, he's going to know it all. So when he's on Air Force One, and he sees two UFOs flying next to the plane, he's that guy.
He's getting the escort?
He's that guy.
I mean, he's playing his job as a 35,000-year-old dude pretty well.
Crusty old white dude.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. We don't know if he was white or not.
Somehow even more disturbing,
He's from
Ramtha
Atlantis.
published a book in 2018 called President Trump and a New World Order.
Wait, Ramtha published a book?
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
Oh.
With Trump as a central figure of the global spiritual awakening. While allegedly not voting for him, an article from the Chronicle states that a private GoFundMe campaign intended to raise funds to complete the Mexico border wall listed a $10,000 donation in Jay-Z Knight's name.
Well, Ramtha could have done that.
Yeah.
When-
But then say it's
He was-
Ramtha. Don't say Jay-Z Knight.
He was being
He
channeled.
just signed the wrong name.
Yeah.
He was already signed into the
Right.
account. He just put the information in and called it good.
Whether it was a genuine alignment with the GOP or a way to stay relevant, regardless, Jay-Z and Ramtha continued along the red pill track, going as far as aligning themselves with the QAnon movement. Unsurprising to many at this point, because many posts on the official Ramtha Twitter account were followed by hashtag QAnon.
Oh my gosh, so Ramtha's Twitter.
At Ramtha.
35,000-year-old tweeting.
What?
Well, hey, if
is,
Trump can do it, I guess a 35,000-year-old can do it too.
This has just gotten too much. Like, at what point is it just utter, complete bullshit?
Allegedly, since 2018, Ramtha's teachings have been breadcrumbing QAnon clues, with Ramtha calling the person behind QAnon divine intelligence and praising the movement for exposing an evil network.
I forgot that was even a thing.
Jay-Z even began selling QAnon merch, and for a brief time, a large Q was on the school's front gate.
Dude. I thought that was a thing for like a month.
Popular QAnon online personalities were invited to the ranch for an event. They charged, like,
Plural?
yeah, like
Jeez.
online people who are just feeding into whatever. That it charged $100 a ticket at one point, which divided many in the QAnon sphere, saying that RSC siding with their cause made the movement look ridiculous.
That's what's gonna make it. Too
crazy.
Ridiculous is don't
Gotta
make
draw
it.
the line somewhere.
Crazy that the QAnon people are like, no, this is too much. That's a sign that you actually lost the plot.
Wow.
As of 2022, the large Q has since been removed, and instead the gate now has a printed sign denouncing vaccine mandates.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Asking about the vaccination status of anyone on this property will be met with civil litigation. Now get off my property.
Well, Ramtha, it just seems to be so with the times.
Despite all of this, Mike Wright, one of the 4 teachers of the school and the RSC legal affairs manager, claims that the school doesn't have politics and Jay-Z's beliefs are separate from what the school teaches.
I mean, he's getting paid money, so just...
How could anyone believe anything that he said? I mean, it doesn't even line up. And actually, none of this has lined up for the last 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
So let's call it what it is.
It just increasingly become
Bunk.
more and more outrageous, and
It's just escalating.
well, we're not done yet.
We've got Twitter. We've got lawsuits. We've got people
Mhm.
getting sick. Now we've got poison.
Mm-hmm.
Ramtha's got a Substack.
Probably.
Oh, wait. Is Ramtha in Bitcoin?
Oh, I don't know.
What are we doing now?
Ramtha meme coin.
When the Nexium sex cult was exposed in 2018, people noticed that the whistleblower, Mark Vincent, had also been involved in RSC years before joining Nexium. If you remember from the beginning,
Yep.
he had co-directed with a Bleep Do I Know for RSC and Ramtha back in 2004. On the stand during the conspiracy and sex trafficking trial in 2019, where he was eager to dish everything about the leader of the group in question, Keith Rainier. When asked about his connections to Ramtha and the RSC, the Daily Mail reported that he was uneasy and cagey regarding this line of questioning, saying, I don't know how much I can say. There may be legal issues for me.
I mean, if he had to sign a contract like
However,
Victoria.
the judge even had to go as far as reminding him that he was under oath and was required to tell the truth. Like, bro, spit it out. What are you doing?
Spit it out.
So super sus. Allegedly, other former Ramtha and RSC followers had overlap with NXIVM, like Linda Evans, who had been a longtime supporter of Jay-Z, Shirley MacLaine, and Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek was involved in this?
I'm not getting too deep into that because that's all hearsay and no crazy evidence, but I don't want to get sued. This is all allegedly. So despite the numerous controversies, questionable political allies, and decline of interest in New Age spirituality, Ramtha School of Enlightenment is still regularly holding events at the ranch in Yelm.
No, I saw it online last week when I looked. I could not even believe it.
As of
We're gonna have
2020,
to pull up.
as of 2026, Ramtha makes fewer appearances, and Jay-Z Night Now 80 has no successor for Ramtha. So his wisdom will live on in thousands of hours of recorded sessions, countless books, court documents, and Twitter posts.
See, this is where I totally fall off. I mean, I've been off that track, but okay, so
that's it.
So now this lady's getting older.
That's it, but like,
she's
that's
tired.
a lot. That's a lot.
She's older. She's tired. Less Ramtha, because I mean, we just can't keep the charade.
We can't at this point. We cannot.
We can't keep the Twitters.
She can't keep up.
Instagrams, the merch, the whatever next thing I'm gonna jump into. Right? She's like a bad TikTok follower. She's like
she's a scam artist.
Every trend.
She's just hopping on whatever other people are just
trend
to stay relevant. 100%.
And so now we're old, and now we probably can't remember much, and so. This Ramtha, I mean, gosh, let's just.
I would love for her to be on her deathbed and say,
"It was all
hey, it was a joke. Hey, this is all fake for
me
real.
in my kitchen with that paper triangle.
Hey, this was all a joke, but I still made millions and millions of dollars off of you fools."
But to get what? What's the end game? I don't understand.
Know.
To have years of legal battles and have put people through pain and suffering. Look, not these people are not coming away from this saying this has bettered my life.
Some people have.
I don't know.
On videos of her speaking, it's like, wow, Ramtha, so glad to see you again. You changed my life.
But I think they're drinking the Kool-Aid. Like you read about the people who leave and have to have years of therapy
deprogramming.
Afterwards. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Keith Rainier even joked to Mark that he needed to be deprogrammed after coming to NXIVM after Ramtha.
So I just
crazy.
I just feel like that, sad that this has had to go on for so long,
right?
And that people have bolstered this along the way.
Yep.
You name it, whoever.
Yep.
Really pisses me off.
Yeah, so she's still going. There's still events. Not as many as there used to be.
It's pretty impressive.
But
she's really kept up the charade
from your kitchen table.
But also the thing is,
real
it's not like she's talking for 10 minutes and leaving the stage. Like that wine ceremony was 16 hours.
Yeah, no, she's there. Yeah.
16 hours. All of which is recorded somewhere.
Honestly, 6 bottles of wine, 16 hours. That's...
Okay,
no,
but
that's a lot of wine, first of all. Everyone is drinking 5 to 7 bottles of wine over a 16-hour period. That's crazy.
16 hours, though. That's not even that bad.
Okay, but when she passes away.
We don't know if it's just like drinking, and then
No, every time Ramtha drinks, you
I
have
know.
to drink, right?
But does it get to a point? Is it like we're drinking 3
bottles?
Yeah, we're drinking 3 bottles in an hour, and then the rest is interspersed. I don't know.
But let's think about this. She
drunk.
ultimately passes away, right? Because we know that she's just a human body, so that's happening, in the next, say, 20 years.
Well, she's reincarnated.
Ramtha, as powerful as he is, can't.
Was gonna speak German now and go to the.
Well, wait, but didn't he learn like the power of ascension or whatever?
Yes.
It's like he left his own physical body.
Yes, 35,000 years ago.
Yes. So why couldn't he do the same?
Yes, in theory, but
imagine Jay-Z
she passes away.
Jay-Z Night as Ramtha is being channeled through you.
Dude, it's gonna be like the Avatar state. All of the past avatars. All the past Ramthos. The next person's going to have Jay-Z and Ramtha in them.
Yeah.
One on each shoulder.
But I want to see the video. The real video.
That was taken down.
But
can't be posted.
But when she passes away,
Oh, yeah,
it'll be
who's gonna
gone.
say?
Maybe.
Oh, I guess the estate.
Probably
the lawyer.
whatever. I'm just
I don't
saying.
know.
Let's save that.
Virginia Cloverdale, please send me the video. I won't share it. Besides with my
Personal
immediate
use
family.
only.
Personal use.
Virginia Cloverdale, we believe you.
I stand with Virginia Cloverdale. Justice for Virginia Cloverdale. She was
I mean,
brave enough to fight.
she got out.
And David McCarthy for creating that forum so people can come forward about their experiences. There's even on their website, there's a whole list of all the lawsuits that they've been involved in.
At some point, you just have to face the music.
Just drop the charade. Like, you already have so much money. What's gonna happen?
Just drop it.
Just retire. Just
go in peace.
Have fun.
But Ramtha's real, so there's no charade.
Okay. Well,
we didn't do this in the last episode. We need to do believability at creepy
No,
level.
we don't.
believability for me, negative.
Yeah, no, we don't.
47. You know what? I'm gonna quote a Friday Beers. Negative 47,013.
Yeah, okay.
My believability.
What's your creepy level?
I don't find it creepy. I find it disturbing.
Yeah.
Not from a creepy like I'm scared. I find it disturbing that
Faith in humanity.
people are in a state where they could believe it and would somehow think this would benefit them.
Well, they're all potential psychopaths or whatever.
I know. Yeah, so believability, negative 10,000.
Wow. That's pretty high.
For a total of negative 57,013.
and 13.
Believability, I'm gonna go -5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't want to, the inflation for the rating kind of goes up as we go on.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to kind of get the believability out of the way. Creepy level, I'm going to go -38,000.
So negative 38,005.
Exactly.
Nice
Wow.
job. Nice job.
As a combined score.
I think this is our worst combined score ever.
And I don't think it'll be beat by anything.
No. It's gonna be tough to beat this bullshit.
But I mean, this is... Yeah.
There's a word for it. It starts with a C and it ends with a Y.
Crazy. This is crazy. She's crazy. And I feel bad that people think that this is someone who's going to help them. They're obviously going through things, and so they're looking for help. And said she's a spiritual predator. Someone else said that in the first part, but
this is no part spiritual enlightenment. This is just
go to a local yoga studio. They do meditations. They do breath work. They do yoga. Just don't turn to Yahoo.
Go see a
licensed. Go see a therapist.
Go see a licensed therapist.
Pro therapy.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
No. It was just like a worse Jonestown with extra steps.
988 people did not die.
No.
But
worse as in they weren't getting drugs and like we're still somehow in it.
But the cult part of it.
Mm-hmm. It's different.
More modern.
It's different, but it still has the same
4-letter C word.
Yeah, it still has the same kind of outline. Same thing with Cheryl Ruthven. Cult. 4-letter C word is cult.
Garrett's
I thought you meant crazy.
Hold on.
I was counting some numbers.
Oh, I thought you were thinking the other.
You said the other one starts with a C, ends with a Y, and now it's 4-letter C word. I'm thinking.
I thought you thought it was the other C word.
No.
Okay.
Well, thanks for bringing this to our attention.
Hey, this is in Washington.
Look, I hope that people have
Pretty
learned
close.
something, but let's learn what not to do. And this is where we're not going, and we're not going to do.
And if your friend takes you to a church and there's a lady that claims a 35,000-year-old Atlantean warrior is channeling through her.
Yep.
From Lemuria.
Which
no one has ever found evidence that something like that exists.
And she's doing it in Yoda voice.
And only speaks English.
Turn around and run far away.
Run.
Don't sit down. Don't take the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the wine.
6 bottles.
Just get out of there.
Maybe on the way out.
Bro. Okay, well, thank you for listening to this part 2. This has been a crazy two-parter. First two-parter for this podcast. If you like my podcast, if you like this episode, please give it 5 stars and a review if you are feeling pt.2, and pt.generous. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, eerilybelovedpodcast. If you have any cults, if you have any experience or people, or you know people who've been involved with the Ramtha School of Enlightenment, please send me an email. Love to read it. eerilybelovedpodcast@gmail.com. If you have any scary stories, creepy stories, true crime stuff, anything like that, also send me an email. Send me a DM. Send me something. And we will be back next week for an episode. Happy Thursday. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.